First off, I don't care what you people say. Never follow rules. I'm a trendsetter anyway. Okay, I march to the beat of my own drum. They say I need rules in my life. Well, I got some. That's one. Kill the competition. Two. Be a loyal dog. Three. And if they snitching on your man, send them to the mall. Four. When you party, go hard till you hit the floor. Five. If you didn't see me do it, what the hell you asking for? Welcome to my world. SINA.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Big Llama Show. I'm the Big Llama. Welcome to the Sunday night live stream. We come to you live every Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, here on YouTube, on Twitch, and on X, or Twitter as we like to know it. And let me bring on my co-host extraordinaire, Blkout AD. Mr. AD, welcome to the show, sir. Thank you for covering last week.
Oh,
thank you, sir. I didn't recognize you. You're looking good, man. You're looking good with the new
I feel like I really
cut
do
and
look
everything.
different. That's everybody's response. You look so different. You look like a different person. Shut the fuck up.
You looked nice and faded, and it looks great, man. Looks great. So
Appreciate you.
I gotta say thank you to you, obviously, for covering, but also Hercules Outlaw for last week's show.
Good.
A very entertaining show. I listened to the whole thing on my way back from the 17th time I saw Ludacris. I heard you guys talk a little shit about it, but no, but it was actually, it was great. You guys did a great job. I had a great time listening to the show, and I'm sure the audience did as well. So thank you guys for stepping in.
I mean, it was botted, but we're gonna take it as a win. We had like 20 viewers on the Twitch, you know.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, again, I said it was a lot of fun. I just wish I could have chimed in or just come in, but I really was driving, so I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna like pop in, drive." I would have veered off the road. So it's all good, man.
Good content. But yeah, shout out to Herc, man. It was always great having a conversation with him. You know, he's been busy. Life's been lifing for all of us. So it was good to just sit down, talk to him. You know, chop it up. We really didn't even have any things to talk about. It was more so. Because I was gonna do a solo episode if nobody could come, and thankfully last minute he said he could, and yeah, it was a good one. Okay.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, listen, I thought, like I said, it was nice to see him on there, but again, you guys did a great job. Plenty to talk about this week. Holy shit! I mean, if we don't talk about Kendrick and Drake this week, we'd be idiots. I mean, this fucking thing is just blowing up, and it just doesn't seem to be going away, and it
might now.
Well, now it's gotten into scary territory, which is fun, but I mean, it's been interesting. So I knew for sure we were going to talk about this. I was like, there's no way we're not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, we got to get the pleasantries out of the way and just get right into it. But we'll do a couple of things, and then we'll get right into the discussion. You got Katie that's joining us again. We got a lot of folks joining us on Twitter, or X as they call it now. And again, the show the replay will also be on Facebook. It's it gets rebroadcast right after, about 30 minutes after, on Facebook, on the Big Llama Reacts channel, and on my Twitch stream. So if you guys are missing the live show, you guys want to watch it again, or if you're a late bird, you can watch it there. And the last thing I'll say is if you guys want to support the channel, you can support it by also using StreamYard. StreamYard will provide you guys free services. Just click the link in our description, and that way that's how you can support our channel. All right, so enough with the advertising. I do want to say thank you to hitting 6,000 subscribers this week. That was an amazing thing that happened this week. I'm still amazed because after that we hit another like 40 some odd subscribers between that time. So it just keeps going, and so I am thankful to everybody who subscribes. So thank you guys. It's another milestone on our way to that 10K. So thank you there. And it's just been a big week for me personally, right? With my family, my oldest, Big Poppy Angie, our former show producer, graduating, and then my youngest getting his license. Man, it's been a crazy week, but again, I have nothing to complain about. Everything is great. So I just wanted to get that out there, and it's been a good week, man. I was just at Disney for the Phantom Menace, the Star Wars thing. That was a fun adventure. People were actually dressed up and cheering, and
It's funny.
big grown old men like me dressed up in full Jedi, robes and shit.
I mean, you're only gonna get another chance to do that maybe one more time. The 50 year.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice. It was nice because, like I said, people were excited about it, and we were at Disney, so it was a kind of a nice event. A lot of people, they had a lot of little things for the anniversary of it, and obviously May the 4th was that same day. So I think everyone was at the parks. So we like literally parked wherever. It was fun. It was a fun day. But yeah, man, it's been a great week. So all right, enough with that stuff. Let's get into the juiciness, man. Kendrick versus Drake, man. I mean, the first person I thought of as this shit got uglier was J. Cole, and how he gracefully bowed out. And
yeah, I don't want to hear it, dude. I don't want to hear from anybody. Everybody gave him shit. Everybody gave him shit, but it was like there was a reason. He's not saying. The thing is with J. Cole, which I always said in him, I feel like in that situation, he had to have talked to one or both of them. Obviously, he was around Drake, so I'm sure he knew what Drake was about to take it. But in some ways, maybe he even tried to like cool it down, maybe behind the scenes, and was like, "Oh, I guess not," because the rumor is that they tried to get him on Kendrick on First Person Shooter, which is the big smash Drake and J. Cole song, and Kendrick turned it down, obviously, because him and Drake are not on the best of terms, if you can say.
Yep.
But, I mean, I think it's been wonderful for hip hop, though. Like seeing how people are talking about it. I mean, there's even kids there was like one kid at my job was like, "Hey, I want to tell you guys what my sister's brother." It was like some like long lineage of what they think about the beef, because I'm a rock kid, so I don't know anything, but this is what they think. And it was like, who gives a fuck? In my head, but I was like, the moment's so big that people are watching. You're seeing like people that don't listen to hip hop in that aspect. They probably listen to hip hop, but not the lyrical. Like people are breaking down lyrics. Like now, all of a sudden, everybody's rap genius, and they're like, well, they really meant this, and this is going on. But for me personally, as a kid who loves hip hop, who has watched both of these guys are the era I grew up with. So to see them collide, I mean, yeah, man, it's amazing. And the other night was crazy because actually for the whole week, every day that I'm at work, I'm like talking about this. We're listening to the beefs like 3-4 times. Like we're talking about it in the kitchen. And the other night Drake drops and I'm all hype. We just got done with the shift. We're like cleaning up. We're jamming it, and then it's like, oh fuck, Kendrick dropped. And then the next day, Kendrick dropped again. Oh my god, what's going on? And literally before we get on stream, Drake dropped. So
yeah, I just saw that. I was looking at my feed and I was like, oh man, he just dropped something. I gotta listen to that too. No, but I think first of all, and I want to touch on like how ugly and where it's going from I think just from a personal perspective, this beef has gotten not out of hand, but it's gotten to a point where now they're analyzing it from a very legal perspective. But it was like, okay, who won the battle? Now it's like, who's going to win the court battle after this? Because the allegations are pretty strong, and so that's kind of the interesting part. But to your point, right? Like it's got a Saturday Night Live sketch, a couple of sketches. It's all over every social media outlet. Everybody's talking about it. Like people who don't even talk, hip hop regularly.
It lived up to the hype.
Talking about it. Oh,
it lived up to the hype. They've been.
Yeah.
This has been a feud bubbling in the background for a long time. You always hear whispers of why they don't work together. They have two great songs together. They have two great songs together. The A$AP Rocky "Fucking Problem" song. Yep. And then Poetic Justice, and then obviously the interlude on Drake's Take Care album, which Drake flipped that and used it as like a teaser disc, which I thought everything has been really dope. And it was kind of, I like both of them. I'm a fan of both of them. But Drake is definitely like my favorite rapper. And yesterday when Kendrick dropped Not Like Us, and you see how influential and impactful that record was, bro, I was like, damn, Drake might have lost this, which
Yeah.
I mean, you can't count him out because he clearly engaged. They both know a lot of stuff about each other. They're both dropping, again, like you said, crazy allegations.
Yeah.
And at one point last night, I was listening to all the songs, and I was like, yo, Kendrick probably is gonna take this, because in my head, I'm like, well, he's definitely alluding to him having more records. But it's like, so if Drake drops, he's gonna drop something else. So it's like it backed Drake in a corner, which, you know, Drake's always been the underdog, especially when it comes to Kendrick. People respect Kendrick like they respect like Pac, Biggie, Hove, and though they have to respect Drake like that because of Drake's standing, they necessarily always look down on him. Even before the ghostwriting shit, it was always like an unpopular thing early on to like Drake. It was like, no, he's not a real rapper, but he's like, when you really listen to it, it's like, bro, he's rapping. And it'd be crazy to be like, no, he's not rapping. It's like, come on. Like the track, which sucks because the track he dropped went crazy. And personally, my personal favorite of the song so far, that and Not Like Us from Kendrick. Those two to me are like the lead songs. But I mean, Kendrick's chess move was brilliant, dropping right after him and dropping a hard, like, I mean, it was like dissecting his family and like getting, you know, Dear Dawn. It's like he was going crazy with that. And then, you know, alleging that Drake has another daughter, which I was like, to me, that was stupid. To me, I don't like that. And people aren't talking about it as much, but it's like, if that's not true, then why you know, you just gave a whole bar of a allegation, a fake thing, which now Drake is saying he fed him all the information and like kind of like plotted, which interesting. I think there's proof that he might have, but again, man, they're going at each other meticulously. It seems like a battle that's been brewing for so long. It like feels like that. It feels like, you know, like a big UFC card. You know, that's like, to me, it feels like that. Like, bro, every night I was talking about it, and the night that they were dropping, well, Drake dropping, Kendrick dropped back to back, it was like the timeline was going crazy, man. So even Hercules said this rappy has been an obsession all weekend.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's for everybody, man.
It's been crazy, but I think even like some of the what was funny to me, I guess they're trying to get other people, other hip hop artists to comment like what team, what side you on, and Kendrick has become like the most feared hip hop artist, you know, right now. Like you don't want none of this, right? I think the one that I saw that was funniest to me was T-Pain. Somebody asked T-Pain, I don't know if it was a podcast or they just interviewed. There's a sound clip of him, and they're like, so Drake versus Kendrick, who you got? He's like, he looked around, he's like, what the fuck do I care? Neither one of these guys pay my bills, so I'm not getting involved. Like he's like completely like distancing himself from picking a side, from like picking one versus the other, which I mean,
that's
it's
the thing.
Okay.
In this situation, it's a little bit different than other rap beefs, because there's always been that aspect of like, you know, people not working with other people because they're affiliated. There's always been that aspect, but this is a little different because of what led to this. It was a Future and Metro album that had Kendrick diss him. Future and Drake were cool. Metro and Drake have some weird beef that even that the underlining part of that's like, why is Metro so involved with the beef? Like he you know, like definitely seems like he orchestrated. Then you have a clip of Kanye coming out saying, you know, we were over there and we were all ecstatic for the elimination of Drake. It's like, bro, like everybody's teaming up. Rick Ross obviously throwing disses. So in this aspect, it's kind of like, all right, I don't really want to affiliate with this shit because everybody at this point is affiliated with it. And it's like, I don't want to seem like there's any hate. You might say the wrong thing and get taken the wrong way. And even though you don't mean to pick a side, they will position you on either side. And then that hurts you in the future. So yeah, man, it's living up to the hype. I'm curious after this Drake song, what happens. I think if we don't get a Kendrick song tonight or tomorrow, it might cool down for a little bit. Because if Drake did feed him information, my thing too, which sucks for Kendrick, I think in a long-term scope of this battle will hurt Kendrick, is that he just repeated everything everybody else has said already before him. Now he's done it in more clever ways. The beat selection this whole time has been amazing.
Yeah.
He's dissecting it in different ways, but everybody said it already. So it's like, and the information you did give us, it's like clear as day. Like it's wrong. Like he doesn't have a daughter, so now you gave a whole bar for that. If this, he was saying a lot of the pedo stuff is like, if that shit doesn't, if there's nothing behind that, then you just gave a whole song. You're just repeating stuff now. Now you're putting on dope beats and shit. Sounds good. The disses are hard, but it's like, if you don't have more than that and none of that's true, then what are we really battling for? And then the allegations against Kendrick.
Yeah, the domestic violence stuff. And I mean, but what and this is the thing, right? The internet is a feeding frenzy. Like every bar that Kendrick dropped, they're finding internet picks, right? They're finding nuggets of things that either were not picked up on the news cycles, right? Yeah. Of Drake with alleged underage women. Again, all of these things are being brought to the surface, and now social media is eating it up, right? So like some again, investigative social media person is putting it up there. This person was 17 at the time that he was hugging and kissing this person, and then they had Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things. She, there's like 6 interviews that she's like, oh yeah, Drake texted me, and she was like 14 at the time. So like they're like, so what does he text you? And she's like, I don't, that's between me and him. And like, they're like, so now all these stories that were like seem to just like go away are now resurfacing. So again, it's guilt by association. It's guilt by just like perceptions. But again, it's now hurting Drake publicly, because again, we're going to paint him as something that maybe he is. And again, I don't know what the truth is, but what I'm seeing is a lot of folks are believing the lyrics, right? Again, without doing the proper research or knowing the story.
I mean, you say the most salacious thing, they're gonna know. Right. But that's what like made Pusha T and Drake's thing so legendary, is that when Pusha said, "You're hiding a child, let the boy come home," like that was a real thing that definitely made, like, you could tell how Drake reacted. Herc says that he addressed it. Well, he did now in the song. So he dropped the song right before the pod started, and it addresses that. Like, I mean, it's basically just saying like, come on, bro. He kind of flips it on Kendrick, because Kendrick has a song, Mother Eye, that kind of alludes to like something happening to him when he was younger. And he's like, you're kind of running with this fake narrative because you're hurt and you want to pass the trauma. So trying to, I mean, there's really not much you can say. It's like, yeah, I don't touch kids. Okay. And all the things that people are bringing up have been around for years. Like, people talked about that in hip hop especially, but like you said, it's getting resurfaced now because it's on a bigger field, So yeah, man, I think it's good for hip hop. It's interesting to see. It got dark fast, and
yeah.
I thought this could have been, in a perfect world, this would have lasted a year. But like, think about it. It's been a couple months that this has been brewing, and when it hit immediately. So I don't know. I do have to say, I do think Drake's songs are just as impactful as Kendrick's, and Kendrick has put out more, but he's saying a lot of the same stuff. So I think a couple of those songs are like lessened by that. And I think like just lyrically, they both were at a high level this whole time. I do think Kendrick might have won the internet perception.
Yeah. No, I think, and again, everybody is saying that, and again, I've listened to all the songs now, and now I'm listening to the bars. I'm actually trying to figure out all of the stuff, and I have I have my decoder, which is Little Llama, who like sits down and yells at me every lyric that gets dropped. He pauses it and yells at me and tells me exactly what it is. But it's interesting because I've got to the place where it was fun, right? It was fun and it was great that they were going back and forth and going, oh shit, this is interesting. And then when the allegations of certain things came out, I was like, we're going to a really nasty, shitty place where I don't know that it, again, if it's true, if any of this is true, it hurts one or the other, right? And then you get to a place where you're in R. Kelly territory, right? Like if this shit is true, right? You now have to disavow like what the, like not that you can't say you were a Drake fan. I've always been a Drake fan. I've always been a Kendrick fan. But at some point you go, if this shit is true and they start investigating this stuff, or somebody gets, I think somebody said that they're dry snitching on each other. That they're just kind of peppering, like, because people are listening, that, the streets is watching. So I was like, I don't know about all that, but again, it's interesting stuff. There was a Malibu's Most Wanted reference in one of them. And they called him B Rabbit on one. I was like, man, this guy is just throwing all kinds of bars at him. And I find it fun. I find it fun. But again, when you start getting into the pedo talk and stuff like that, I'm like, you're going to a really dark place, and it's really hard to. They just really don't like each other.
They're two high-level rappers that don't like each other, and clearly have no regard. But like again, Drake. The thing is, right? Like with Pusha T and Drake, that was Drake's first. I mean, it was Drake's first loss, right? But he didn't respond because he said after that, he was like, it was gonna go to a place that I didn't know I wanted to go. Like, I don't think I would have felt right in 10 years hearing myself say some of the things I wanted to say. That was his way out, whether right or wrong, or he lost. Like he bowed down, was like, yo, that was a good chess move. You got me. This beef right here is exactly what he was talking about in that moment, though. I don't know if I want to say, not that I think he would regret saying any of this, because the guy's calling you on a pedal on a hit record that's going to be played in the West Coast for years. It's going to be it's another hit 'em up for them. Yeah, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Which, like,
they're already mixing those together, by the way.
Oh, I know.
There's already remixes to it.
You know it's going to happen. But like, that song is a bop. And, again, I think we got everything we wanted to see out of this. We wanted, everybody says Drake makes the hits, whatever. Kendrick went and did that. They say Kendrick is the conscious, more lyrical rapper. Drake, whether he was singing or not, he was dissecting not only Kendrick, let's not forget, 15 other people dissed him before Kendrick even got in the ring. And guess what? He gave shots at every one of them and Kendrick. And this last song was almost 6 minutes just at Kendrick. So now you can't say he's rapping at everybody else and using that. This man really did rap at everybody in the game. And they're not just no-name rappers. This isn't like somebody coming up dissing Drake and in the middle of him and Kendrick. No. This is Rick Ross, someone who has a great relationship with Drake. They make beautiful songs together, and we'll never get that, sadly. But he's a high-level rapper, obviously Florida legend. Then you got Future, who's just as big as Drake in terms of, like, popularity. I mean, Gabe said earlier, he's like, I'll take Future over Drake any day. And he's younger. So it's like, you got to understand, like, their music, they like different things. And to be honest, Future really is that good. His songs are really good.
Yeah.
Obviously Kanye, that's always going to be there with him and Drake. Like, A$AP Rocky, he had to address A$AP. It's like, The Weeknd singing on songs dissing people, he had to go at all these high profile people and then battle Kendrick. And I'd say, say what you want to say about Drake as a rapper. Win, lose, or draw, he stood up to the boogeyman. Everybody was scared. This guy literally put out Control and said everybody's name on a track, and you didn't hear too many back and forth. They might have, said something about it, but there was no back and forth. And I think Kendrick strategically waited to have a beef like this. So I think it benefits both of them in terms of legacy. if Kendrick wins, right, nothing really changes. Kendrick's the better lyricist. Like Kendrick is a more, how you say, a mechanically gifted lyricist. But you can't discredit Drake. You cannot discredit Drake.
No,
and they're both at the high. I'm sorry, I keep talking.
No, it's it's fine.
But obviously, they're both at the highest level. You know what I mean? It's like two high level fighters. One's a champion, but what's the difference between the champion and the number one contender? It's just the belt. Because at any day, they can go knock each other out.
Yeah, no, I'm with you because Kendrick is the more technically proficient rapper. Like he's got the skills and the metaphors and everything that actually I've watched like 10 videos of somebody breaking down the lyrics to Kendrick's songs and how he laces numbers and you know, like themes and things into a song from beginning to end. So he has a structure to a song that is like so high level in his IQ that it's insane. Like there's just so many things and layers to his songs. So yeah, from that aspect of it, the guy is superior. But again, you cannot discount the stuff that Drake has put out. He's put out, and again, music that people, again, whether you say it's people that you know, they call it pop or whatever, it's just there is music that he's put out that people have enjoyed. He's put out great albums. I've been a fan of it, but if you were to compare the two, there's obviously from a lyrical perspective there is a difference. So,
I don't think, but that's the thing. It's not that much of a difference to say there's when Drake raps, when Drake gives you a 4 p.m. in Calabasas, a 5 a.m. in Toronto, his timestamp records, or the ones where he gets very personal, he's rapping at the highest level. There's not many people. He's not singing on it. He's not giving you hooks. He's rapping. And he's giving you like actual bars. So you can't say that they're that. To me, they're not. Because again, Drake's track, if Kendrick didn't drop, people would have had more time to really dissect Drake's track before Kendrick drops a bomb on it. People would see like, bro, he was giving shots to, he said, now this was to The Weeknd, but to me it was a funny bar. But he was like, Weeknd's music game played at the clubs that boys show a little more pride. You know what I'm saying? Like, very subtle jab, but it's like, here, you get this too in the middle of this beef. You know what I mean? So again, they're not that far lyrically. Again, they're at the highest level. Now, does Kendrick make more story-driven, beautifully put in together projects? Yeah, probably so, right? But Drake also drops every other year. Yeah. Drake's output compared to Kendrick's is way different also. So it's like Kendrick literally took 5 years to make an album and barely gave features in between. You know what I'm saying? Like Drake's putting out features, putting his own songs. So I don't know. There's different levels to it. Again, it's going to be interesting how it plays out. But as a hip hop fan, and I also think at an interesting time too, where like hip hop might not I don't want to say be on the decline, but for years it was the number one genre. It was pop genre when you think about it for the last 15 years, even longer. You know what I mean? Like the early 2000s, it's been the most popular music. And I think the last like year and a half, I've been seeing like a decline in like country kind of rising and maybe battling it out for that spot right now. And I think this came at the perfect time where it was like, oh yeah, hip hop's still here, and hip hop still affects culture, and people that don't really give a fuck. I mean, something can happen. I don't know what in country would happen so big that it has people who don't like country talking about it that like this much.
Well, I mean, Beyonce was happening in country, and people were not necessarily loving country, but she was bringing attention to it, right? But again, that was it was not the type of attention that country wanted, but it still had people talking about it. But that all got wiped away with this that came out.
No, that got wiped away with Taylor Swift. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah, well yeah, when she dropped her.
When Taylor Swift dropped, nobody talked about Beyonce's country album.
No, but even Taylor Swift dropped out of the conversation. Again, the Swifties.
That's a great point, because she sold 2.5 million copies first week.
Yeah, no.
None of these guys are doing that.
It would have been wall to wall Taylor Swift everywhere for the next couple weeks.
Actually, Drake did mention Taylor a lot. He said Kendrick didn't drop the diss track because Taylor dropped.
Oh.
So I mean, she was part of the beef. Taylor made, that was a free. So I don't know, man. It's interesting. There's nothing in country though will have everybody talking like what there's country beef, like nobody really, unless that happens and then like both lanes merge and they, I don't know. That'd be crazy though. That'd be a wild time. Like Wild West shit. No, they're making videos like Wild West where they're having shootouts on horses. That's crazy.
That would be crazy. That'd be insanity. What I was thinking too is, where's Lil Wayne? And is he going to come out and say anything on this? Like that again? Now my mind travels to other people who work with Drake, and I'm like, where are they on this? Because Lil Wayne in this would be insane. I mean, I would love to hear his take on this. But
you wouldn't.
Country beef is just Yellowstone.
That's funny. I mean, I bet, yeah, probably. Country and show shit is backhand.
Yeah, I think that's where my head goes. Is I like that they're going back and forth. Now I want to see.
We don't need any more people in this, dude.
I kind of want to throw some more people into the mix.
Nobody else. We need less people. We just need. That's the thing. Like, I kind of wish, as like a fan, because I know the narrative's gonna change throughout the years, and in my head, the narrative is gonna change where it's gonna be like, well, Drake was also dissing these guys. I'm not saying that whether he loses to Kendrick or not, like that is gonna be what it is. But I think it's like you're gonna be like, well, he had to shoot at all these other people. Like the industry was literally trying to take him down, and he's been talking about it for years. Charlemagne was saying like, because Charlemagne, he says it himself, like even now, he's like, I'm an OG veteran Drake hater. He's like, I was the first one hating on Drake in front of, like, I would call him out. He said he would say wild stuff like I don't even remember off the top, but he would just go at him. And he said even at that point, like even the back-to-back shit when the leak records came out, they sent it to him, and he didn't do anything with it. He basically was talking to one of his friends about the situation, and then they kind of got back to Drake and was like, yo, there's leaked records, and Charlemagne had them, but didn't say anything. So that's why he said, I'm going to send bottles to Charlemagne, because Charlemagne was giving him a lot of credit in that time. But he was saying at that time, like, if anything bad happened or like negatively shines a light on Drake, he was like, I was getting calls from managers, executives, people, like they secretly just wanted this guy gone for years. And at this point, they seem to like low-key, they put a battery in Kendrick's back and was like, you're the one that's going to do it, but we'll help you. Not that Kendrick wanted that. I don't think Kendrick wanted that either. I think Kendrick just wanted the 1v1. We've been throwing jabs at each other for years. Let's fucking go. But it just happened to have all these other hands in it, which to me diluted it. But now it's just them. You know what I mean? Like Drake said what he had to say to the rest of the guys. I don't see him making more disses to them anymore. He might jab them a little bit still, do the rapper shit, but he ain't gonna continue to talk about Rick Ross. I mean, he did in the song, but like again, jabs. I don't think he's gonna keep giving them bars because Rick Ross plane crashed coincidentally the other day when he was making fun of, or like 2 days ago when he was making fun of Drake's plane, and then he was like saying, "Oh, Drake had like was Tom Cruise like shoot it down type shit." You know what I mean? Like making jokes about it. But Drake threw a shot. He's like, I'll really have his plane fall down if you want to keep talking shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
It's wild, which is crazy. Like my initial thought, I didn't even see what Rick Ross said, but my initial thought was like, Drake had that shit shot down. I'll tell you right.
Yeah, exactly.
Drake had the co-pilot like loosen something up. You know what I mean? Like, yo, we gotta go down.
Is he Drake dressed up in like a mechanic suit at the airport?
No, that's hilarious, bro. That would be a hilarious skit. That would be hilarious skit, bro. Yeah, man.
Oh, correctional officer ass motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said Rick Ross gonna read those Miranda rights.
Those videos resurfaced, right? Of Rick Ross, as a correctional officer.
Well, that's the ugly thing about beef, man. Anybody that's involved, your good and your bad side is gonna be shown all over everybody's gonna be able to see what kind of person you are. They might not know. I mean, we might not got a lot of solid things, but there's a lot of things that Kendrick did say about Drake that's probably true. Like the pedo thing might not be true, but there was a lot of dissecting of like who he is. And it's like,
yeah.
You know, and Charlamagne was saying, he's like, his last Kendrick's last album was about healing. He's like, so that to me, that means he done the work and healed. So he's dissecting Drake from a healed man's perspective. You know, they call Drake the boy, and he hit him with the line. He's like, I know they call you the boy, but I haven't seen the man yet. You know what I mean? Like, these are bars that are like deep at Drake. So I don't know. And the woman beating thing is crazy too, man.
Yeah, no.
Because that hurts. If for some reason that something happens and comes out, and there was allegations of that from 2014 that had resurfaced of like him in a Las Vegas thing. So it's like there's got to be some kind of, you know.
Right. There's somebody's got video or somebody's got something somewhere, and that's what I'm saying. Like that's if this is just psychologically they're kind of like needling at each other, that's one thing. But if any of these allegations are true, it hurts. It's gonna hurt either one. Obviously, gonna hurt.
And it'd be dumb to not think that somebody might not die from this. Sad to say.
Right. And we haven't had that obviously in a long ass time. But it's like
not one of them, but like you got to think.
Oh yeah.
California's a big market.
Yeah.
California's a big market for an artist, and Drake's the biggest artist, so he's got to go to California at some point, right?
Yeah.
What's that gonna be like? What if he drops I'm going back to like his first time and he drops a fire mix? That'd be hard. But you know what I'm saying? Like, what, Kendrick never goes to Toronto? You know, like,
and that's the next sort of evolution of it. Does it get violent? Does it get to that point? And again, not them directly, right? But they're people, right? And they're some of their supporters or some of their people that like, you know, been riding with them for a long time.
Yeah.
Take it a little bit too far. And if that's the case, right, then we get to really bad state, because then unfortunately then the narrative gets flipped. Instead of us just talking about how hip hop is back, the lyrics are back, people are talking about how this is like a sport again, right? Like people are sparring.
Same thing with Biggie and Tupac. Like,
right.
That shook up hip hop.
Right. Well, it went from culturally accepted as like the new, like, okay, everybody's into hip hop. They're moving it like it's album sales, everything, to okay, you now we've got, you know, violence and death. Now, you know, the conservative media is going to say, this is why we don't
50 Cent shit.
Yeah.
50 Cent's beefs were real street beefs. Fat Joe, Terror Squad, those were real street guys. Like, that shit was happening I don't think that same thing can happen like what was happening back then. Like, they were having shootouts at Hot 97. Like, shit was going crazy. We haven't seen shit like that in a while, but it's hard. The things they're saying about each other, it's hard to think. So one of the entourage is not going to be tight when they see somebody from the other person's crew. And there's so many people involved. Think about it. Miami with Rick Ross, his people.
Yeah.
Atlanta with Future and Metro. Like, I think this positions it where like it's gonna be. I also thought it was gonna change like Drake's career for the rest of the year. I think he's very much wants to hop on the new wave and like bring people up in his way. You know, hop on a song, make a hit, whatever. But I think I kind of see him moving more so like Jay-Z from now on in terms of like being super private, being very like business oriented. Like, I see a change for him, which he needs. But Kendrick also put it on the forefront. You're 37, you're doing all this young shit, you're painting your nails. Like, there's gonna be a shift. Now he might still paint his nails and shit, just might do it in a suit. But I foresee like him maybe working with way less people and just dropping way less frequently. You know what I mean? But I don't know. There's also like a lot of conspiracy of like they're Universal owning everything. And this is kind of like, again, to my sentiment of like hip hop maybe falling, taking a dip, this brings hip hop back. You know, if you're driving, I mean, obviously I don't want to see diss and shit this for the next couple of years, because now it's like everybody wants to probably diss each other, you know. Hey, look, he said Taylor diss Beyonce. I mean, not Kim Kardashian. I was like, what the fuck? That was such a weird, like, deep dive of a bar. I was like, all right, sick.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what? Okay. What are they doing? What are we doing here? Everyone's beefing everyone.
Yeah, it was weird. But
I think what these guys have learned from the past, right, is you can be a studio gangster. You can you can talk about it, but I think they're smart enough to know that obviously this is getting radio, this is getting sales, or this is getting play, right? So this increases their brand. But I think they know that the violent piece of this, or the violence that comes with this, will impact them financially, right? So if they've learned anything from what's happened, because that's exactly what happened to everybody who's been involved in these types of beefs and they got violent, right? Like it will impact them from the perspective of marketability. Unfortunately, all of these guys have been in the mainstream, right?
I don't know. I don't think them specifically.
But Kendrick gets the payday because, one, he's an artist, right? And he's he's done the work, right? But he also gets the feature with Taylor Swift. Drake has marketability because he appeals to massive audiences of white people and other people, right? So like these things bring in the money, right? This just generates revenue for their people and their brand. So I think what they understand is, like, if you go too far, right? If you go too far and this gets out of hand and it becomes a negative light, like the whole pedo thing is really bad for Drake. If, again, just the allegation alone starts to remove the casual fans who like Drake, right? Again, whether or not you want to say it's real or not real, like you start to alienate some people and be like, I don't know about that. But again, this thing gets to an ugly place where it gets violent, or people start shooting at each other, that type of shit. Then you start losing some of that money. Being independent is one thing, but the money is with some of the stuff that they've been doing.
I don't think that's gonna happen because, they always, Kanye was saying like Drake has a rich baby daddy called Lucian, which is like the owner of the label that Drake's like under. I'm pretty sure it's like Universal, like the head guy, and like they have like a weird relationship that people try to dive into, but Drake's not taking anything money from anybody that's gonna be like, yo, we don't want that aspect. Like he gets money from Stake. Like they're not gonna be like, oh, the pedo thing, we can't, we're gambling site. They're gonna let it rock. Like I don't think, and he's too big. Like you got to think too. Like these songs we're doing, all these diss songs have like 10 million plus on YouTube alone, just on YouTube alone. So like to me, they're not gonna lose anything off of any of these allegations. Now, if they come out to be true, that's way different. You know what I mean? But if they're just the allegations and stuff, and again, these are all Kendrick's not saying anything new. Kendrick took, which Drake alludes to in the newer track, where he's like, you just took a bunch of TikToks and deep dived them, and then you're trying to say like this is what it is. But he's like, you don't have proof. Like that's his whole aspect. Like everything I'm saying about you is true. And it's funny because Kendrick said that in the beginning. It was like, don't say no lies about me and I won't tell no truths about you. But it's like low key, the roles might be reversed on that.
Right.
So I don't know.
But okay, so I just and again, I just did a quick scan, and this is just to again, not saying this is their only revenue stream, right? But just hear me out. Drake has a current sponsorship, 3 of them: Sprite, Nike, Apple Music, for a reported close to $20 million. $20 million just on Apple Music alone. Yeah. He also has State Farm and a couple others. Kendrick has Nike, American Express, and a couple others worth multi-million dollars. Yeah. So what I'm saying is as much as they are, again, legitimate artists who can sell records, there's other revenue streams that they will impact if this gets violent, or this gets to the point where people will start to back off and say, you know what?
Yeah, but if it gets violent, it's not going to be them. Right? Now, them, again, if it's them doing a lot of dirt, yeah. But you got to also calculate Drake's last contract was $200 million confirmed. Just his last contract. And supposedly that's what a lot of this talk was too, about like everybody kind of hating him, is because he's very buddy with that Lucian guy, and Joe Budden was like speculating, like, what if Drake owns a piece of these guys' songs? Because there was a situation where Drake told Future, like, yo, I don't want to be on, or no. Future asked Drake about this girl Thames. I don't know if you heard of her, but like Afrobeat artist, super talented, right? And Future wanted to use the sample, and Drake was like, yo, only clear it if I'm on it, type thing. And they were like, why does Drake have a say in what Thames does? Because they're not affiliated, other than, you know, they've worked together. So to that aspect, like, even if he lost the sponsorships, he's still up 200 million. So it's like, you know, which again, I don't think any of this is very that much damning. It's not like it's new information. Like, if nobody ever said Drake was a pedo and then there was these allegations, even the things that are resurfacing now just came out now for the first time, way different situation we got. It's a way, because then it's like everybody's attacking it. Like, yo, that's got to be true. But like, again, all these things were dealt with before. You know what I mean? Like, they've talked about it. They brought it up. He's tried, you know, he's really big in terms of like his stardom. So it's like, he's going to navigate how they navigate. Not, you know, you don't get a big star just answering any question. None of them do that, you know, but.
True. And you're right. The Universal deal was 400 million mega deal with Universal Music Group. So that's his current contract. So yeah, you're right. Those are small potatoes.
That's what I'm saying. Like the it's cool to have, but like, realistically, his money's coming from his music. And that's another theory too. Is like, why is he touring so much? It's because of how much he got. They're like pushing him. You know what I mean? Like this.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. That's another thing. It's like, you think about like how much that is, and like they're beefing right now, that like it could like possibly end. They're too big to end their careers, but like, if shit got bad enough, it could have ended one of their careers, and that's like the risk they were both taking. You know?
Yeah.
It's nuts, man. And it's not over. That's another thing. We just went 50 minutes and it's not even over.
No, exactly. Let's dropping a Blackout diss track.
Yo, no, I ain't gonna lie. It made me think like a funny content idea would be like if we all just diss each other on a track. Like, literally, like, yo, whoever has the best diss track wins the competition. And see, we go to the studio.
We should just do that. Just drop all of us, drop diss tracks, and just go for it, and then just like see what happens. See what happens. Have people say who's the winner. That's it, man. I put my pen to paper. That's it.
He said this starts the Blackout Civil War.
There's your escape clause. There's your the Blackout leaving Blackout because you got dissed.
That's funny because that's what Logan Paul and his brother did when they were younger.
I think a couple of those guys.
KSI, they were all dissing each other.
Oh, here we go. I'm calling everybody. Jeez.
I'm a top tier lyricist.
So it's Chat Mom.
You know, I'm making hits. I'm making hits.
I think Chat Mom's got dirt on Herc. So
no, but Chat Mom will be on his side.
No, I need to talk to Chat Mom. I need some dirt on the Herc.
You gonna have her turn against her husband?
Yes. Yeah, that's how beefs work.
That's crazy.
From inside the home of the outlaw. That's what I need.
Yeah, I'm gonna if Herc comes at me, I'm hitting it with Pip Squeak pipe down.
You're gonna go after his height.
I'm gonna take everything Drake said about Kendrick. I'm putting it in my diss song. Just be ready.
I got my weapon on you. I got my weapon on you for sure. The truth came out at a theme park.
Well, I don't like rides. Oh, I get. I'll be all right with that. You'll be easy.
Oh, it's just old.
No, I'm gonna dissect your whole YouTube career.
Oh,
every video that I find an error in, I'm gonna mention it.
Right, and me crying.
Hey, that's gonna be the cover of the song.
The cover. Oh, it's gonna be you with the glasses off, cover, like doing the face thing. Because I remember you did that for me one time. You called me. I go, hey, that's the move. Take the glasses off, wipe the eyes.
Oh man.
Oh, let's see.
I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end the diss track with and you were wrong about Rambo, idiot.
Oh, jeez. Oh, I know who's coming after me. It would be Birdie with Andy talk.
Oh, yo, I forgot about Andy. Oh no. You and Aladdin got more things in common.
Oh, jeez. It's already starting. We haven't even officially started writing our diss track, and it's already starting. It's already there. Oh
man, if Gabe ever says anything to me, it's over. I do gotta say, Gabe beat me in a 1v1 for $5 today.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I wasn't really trying. It came down to the last kill, but I know he needs the money, so I'll let him have it. I told her, I said, if I win, I'm not even gonna accept the money. He said, don't do that, dude. I hate that I lost the actual money. That's the first time we ever bet, and I lost. So I'm not doing that again.
That's dangerous. That's dangerous, man. Herc says he's getting Big Bruce.
Bruce. Oh shit.
We collab to just game together. Oh, dude, no, come on. It would just be beating up on the.
What if he just comes out with ether, just takes us all down one by one?
He starts to track. Fuck Blkout. Oh man, is Gabe still on? Is he even?
I don't know.
Oh my god. Let's see. Jab Mom says I'd win because mine would start with me completely dissing myself to hell first, and then leaving nothing for anyone else to say. Oh no. We just reuse your edit. That
doesn't work though, because Drake tried that. That's the thing. Like the tailor-made freestyle. We're back to the Drake thing, but the tailor-made freestyle. He said that AI Tupac told us that Kendrick was gonna use the pedal angle, and it's still, like people heard that and was like, oh okay, and then when Kendrick says A minor, that's crazy. Like that just.
Oh, that was a great. Like,
yeah, but that was a playoff of what Drake said. Oh man, it was terrible. It was masterful. All right, where we at? 54 minutes. We actually talked a lot about that. I didn't think it was going to go. Yeah, no, I was passionate. I've been waiting.
I figured this would, after this week, I was like, this would be the one topic that we're probably going to just spend the most time on, because there's just so much to dissect. There's so much to talk about, and I honestly didn't think we'd be talking about much else. There's only a couple things that happened this week, and I'm like, they're not as interesting. They're not as interesting as this, and there's just not enough to fill time, like, to even talk about it. Like, I mean, what, Fall Guy sucked? Not sucked, but it had a shitty weekend. Okay, that's a movie thing. Not even close, remotely close to an interesting topic to this. I know you wanted to ask me about my Ludacris event, but I was like, there's no way we're gonna get into Ludacris talk for 20 minutes.
I didn't really want to ask you about that, dude. I asked you the first time. I'm not gonna ask you every time you go see Ludacris.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, how was the concert, dude? Did you play stand up?
That was funny. I started laughing when I was driving in the car. My wife was like, what are you laughing at? I was like, oh no, this is something funny about me.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. It was a great. Yeah, I figured when you're saying, I was like, "There's no way he has us on the radio." I was like, or like, out loud. I was like, I hope not, because.
Well, I don't know what you guys are gonna say, and so I'm like, I gotta be careful with Mama Llama. I don't want her, to like punch me or veer off the road. So yeah, I put it in my ear and I said I'm gonna listen in and I listened to the whole thing. But
I thought it was a good episode, man. It was good.
Oh, it was great episode. Let's go through the chat. So Herc says craziest weekend in hip hop in a long time. It was.
I agree.
Planet of the Apes. Are you to what?
Into the new one, dude?
I don't. I honestly haven't even watched the third one. So no. I have. I will watch it eventually, but I.
Now I think about Tank was like, I could have been, because we were losing in Warzone this morning or earlier, and he was like, I could have been watching Planet of the Apes. I was like, what the fuck? Like, that was weird, but now it makes sense because the new one's coming out.
Yeah.
Now it makes sense. I was like, why the fuck are you, like, that's what you would rather do right now? Watch Planet of the Apes with James Franco, dude?
Well, so here's the thing, right? I've tried to watch that trilogy 5 times, and every time I stop on the second movie, I don't know why. It's not that it's a bad movie. I just can't get past.
I never want to watch the original, but I watch a lot of like YouTube videos that break down the original one, and I bet that was like for its time. I bet that was like a crazy movie. Like holy shit, that definitely probably had people thinking. But I'm probably never gonna go watch that one. Is this like a new reboot of it? Because I would start watching it then, but other than that, like I'm not going back.
Well, it was actually pretty good on how the apes evolved in the first one with James Franco, and then the second and the third one is like they're slowly progressing to take over. And then again, I haven't watched the third one. I've seen the previews of it. And then this one right here is they've officially taken over. They're just fucking
okay. So this is part of the same universe.
Yes, same exact everything. Yeah, so they are. So I am interested. I just haven't had a time to sit down and watch. I actually, Big Poppy is like, I'm buying you the set so you can watch the third one because we never get to sit down and watch the third one. So he bought me the Blu-ray set and he's like, here, watch it. And I'm like, I will. Haven't watched it yet.
Just watch it for a movie reaction.
I should.
Yeah, you actually watch it.
It'll get me out to finish it. Let's see. Herc says on a movie note, we watched is this to be Rise of the Planet of the Apes with the kids today, and they are hyped for the series. Yeah, no, the bad thing about the first one is it's like the coronavirus all over again. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Does he play the same set every? Oh, geez. Yeah. Unfortunately, he does.
I was like, bro, what do you think? He's not making new music, dude.
He didn't even change up the jokes. He didn't even change up the presentation.
Oh,
he did the same thing. But we had a good time.
Don't go see him
again. I don't know if I'll go see him again.
Don't miss a show to go see him at least. Sheesh.
Well, it's always on a Sunday, man. He's
because he's going for old people, dude.
It's SeaWorld, man. It's SeaWorld, man.
That's crazy. Oh, yeah, damn.
The new one takes place. Yes, SeaWorld was fun, man. The new one is like remake OG. Yeah, they've taken over. Yep, the monkeys. So yeah, no, it looks interesting. I have nothing against it. I still have to watch the third one, so I haven't seen it. I was gonna go see The Fall Guy. Didn't have time to go see that. That movie.
I wanted to go see Phantom Menace, and I choked it today. Play video games.
I went to see it. So much fun, but it was the 25th anniversary, so I think it was only this weekend.
Yeah.
I think, and that's it. Was this Free the Whales at SeaWorld? Oh yeah, Free the Whales. Yeah, we didn't go see the whale show because that's boring.
But Ludacris is great.
Yeah, exactly. They're attacking for a reason. Yeah, no, they don't go in the tanks with them anymore. They've learned their lesson after they've killed like what?
That's crazy. They don't just release them. They're like, yeah, we're just not gonna go in the tanks. We'll keep them here though.
They stopped swimming. They stopped actually swimming with the killer whale after they killed like 4 trainers. Yeah, so.
Damn, it took 4 of them to die to be like.
I
bet you everyone after was like, nah, I'm different. All right.
Yeah, no. They do not go in the water with them, and they have a healthy distance from them when they're feeding them and stuff. It's a whole thing, but it's very boring. It's a very boring show. Like it was fun to watch the trainer get flipped 35 feet in the air by the whale, but that's kind of what the whale does with their food in the wild. So
they should have seen it coming.
Yeah, no. So anyway, so that was kind of fun. That was fun. Okay. So after this wild weekend that I've had, or week that I've had, back to the grind. So I do have one edit that hopefully comes out this week. Is the Princess and the Frog. That's just about done. And then I have right after that, The Notebook is there. I have Ready to Rumble sitting there, and then we've got the edit for the Vampire Diaries, or episode 1, and then we've got to record episodes 2 and 3 this week. So a lot of stuff is on the way, and then I even want to do a fun like group watch with you guys for Kung Pao Enter the Fist. So I'm just trying to just keep the content going, but the Notebook, another crying event.
I'm actually excited to see you watch that.
I mean, that one hit hard. Like I was like, damn, you guys. But I mean, it was almost like it was telegraphed. Like you can see that one coming.
Oh, I guess we can talk. Well, yeah, we can talk about it. Yeah, how'd you like it?
I mean, I love the movie. I thought the movie was great.
Fantastic,
fantastic movie.
Great love story.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't love Ryan Gosling? I mean,
okay,
and Rachel McAdams. But yeah, no, it was like you could. After I figured out who the old people were, because it took me a second to figure that out. But once I figured out who those old people were, I was like, this is gonna hurt. I was like, this is gonna fucking hurt. And then when I figured out what was about to happen, I was like, this is gonna hurt. Like, and I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. And when it happened, it hurt. It hurt hard. And I was like, damn you bitches. Damn all of you.
I might have cried in that movie. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Dude. I mean, you know who those old people? Yeah. Yeah, no, it was like god damn, like
Great,
I mean it was like one of those cries, like I'm like no, like I can't do this. I cannot do this on camera. I cannot do this. And like I said, I was just thinking about it. Yeah, no, I was trying to describe it afterwards, and I was like tearing up. I was like, no, I got to get some control of myself here before I do the reaction review.
And they were
no, I won't do that. I think I did that before Onward, and Onward was bad. I don't think I was that was that great for me, but Onward like had me fucking sobbing. But yeah, no, it hit me hard, and I was like, I gotta compose myself before I get to the. I think I walked away and sat down and cried for a good minute or two, and I was like thinking about the movie, and then I came back and did the after review because I needed a moment. But it was an interesting one for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. I'm excited for that reaction. I'm excited for the fucking Vampire Diaries, dude.
So am I.
I've been watching shit, and I had to stop because I was like, well, I was watching things that were like following what happens in the episode. I was like, nah, I kind of want to watch it with Llama again because rewatching the first one again, it's from a different perspective for me. It's like I know what's gonna happen, but it's like, oh, let me see how this ages, you know.
But you know what's funny is now that I've watched it, right, and I looked up I looked up the poster, and I looked because I'm trying to get the media stuff ready for the edits and stuff. But ever since I did that, all I get on my social media feeds is Vampire Diaries stuff. So I see the images of Stefan, not Stefan.
Stefan's crazy.
And I'm like, I was like, I can't wait. And then when you hit me up, like, hey, you want to record it again? I'm like, I really do. But I'm like, I don't need time. But no, I'm excited to get back to episodes 2 and 3 this week with you because I'm jonesing to watch it. I have it on my playlist on HBO Max. So I'm like, every time I'm scrolling through, I see it right there. So yeah, no spoilers, Llama. No, don't spoil anything, guys. Again, I thought brothers and sisters were hooking up. So you know, I'm screwing up everything. I can't wait for you guys to see that first edit because I do fuck up royally. Oh no, I heard.
Oh
you guys.
yeah.
I heard you guys in the chat. You guys were like, oh no, we can't say anything because Llama might be listening. He's gonna listen to this back. Yes, I was listening, and I was trying to figure out what you guys were talking about.
Yeah,
for sure. No, I'm intrigued. I'm actually excited to watch it. So, I can't wait to get to edit that first episode, but I do want to watch 2 and 3 because I'm like Jones in the. It's like again, this is what sucks about doing it for the show, is that I have to wait to record it. I just can't binge it, you know, because I do want to just watch the show. So
playing
I'm kind of excited
because it's hilarious. That's hilarious.
That is funny. The orcas take over.
Oh man. Yo, I don't know what's going on my Twitch, but it says max viewers 23.
Yeah. You had an influx, man. You had somebody just. I mean, you had a bunch of people in there. We were at the height of our Kendrick and Drake talk.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
Love to see it.
Bonnie's underbite is all you needed to know about Llama.
Yeah, it's gonna be great when you start finding things out. Because then we can talk about it on here. We're gonna have to have a Vampire Diaries episode where we just break down the whole series.
Yeah, just start talking about what we watched.
That'd be hilarious, actually. Yo, 150 by the way. Episode 150, man. Almost halfway to 200. It's crazy.
That's crazy, right? I mean, 150 episodes, almost 3 years of doing this.
Yep.
Insanity. All right, so we've exceeded our time. We usually go for about an hour or so. This was a fun episode. Again, thank you to everybody. Let's see. At the end of every season, can we do a little recap / breakdown? Yes, definitely do. We'll definitely do Vampire Diaries. Maybe we'll just get a bunch of people talking about that first season. We'll just do as many people who want to talk about it.
We could do season 1. When we're done recording season 1, we'll just have everybody come and do an episode.
Yeah. We'll just have Chat Mom, Herc, everybody who wants to talk Vampire Diaries. Let's just sit down and break down what I learned in the first season, and just have fun with it. That'd be a lot of fun. What was I doing? We're closing the show. Do a Q&A after each season. No, for sure. All right. So again, thank you to everybody. Again, it's crazy. 150 episodes, 3+ years.
6,000 subscribers.
6,000 subscribers. The show keeps growing. The live views are growing. Thank you guys, everyone, for supporting the channel. Thank you for supporting AD over on Twitch and myself over on YouTube. Again, this has been an awesome night. Join us again next week, next Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you guys drop and like those subs for sure. Join us Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember, we are live. We're going to be live on YouTube, on Blkout AD's Twitch channel, and on Twitter or X, right? And then we will do a replay on Facebook and on my Twitch channel and on Big Llama Reacts, which is my other channel. So there'll be a replay probably in about another 30-40 minutes. We'll replay this for you guys if anyone wants to do it. And it's also on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So guys, thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm the Big Llama. He is Blkout AD. Guys, we'll see you guys next Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the Big Llama Show. Peace out, everybody. See you guys next week. Later.